Okay, it's off, Mom.
Ready? 3.
No.
Okay. It stopped.
I did.
Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
I did it.
That was a struggle.
And I got it all on camera. There's a child's shoe in my back.
Yeah, well, welcome to my house.
Welcome to my house. Also, welcome to the Independent and Unstable Podcast, starring your hosts, Lacie and
Me.
Julie. How the heck are y'all doing? Answer in your car, please. We will be able to hear it.
Or your home.
We have that kind of technology.
Or in your Alexa.
We're in your Alexa, okay? We're in your microwaves.
Better cover up those TVs before you go to bed.
Or the little people in the TV will see you having
We're
sex.
in there.
We're in that shit.
Speaking of being in that shit, Lacie and I decided that we're gonna get our coochies waxed.
Oh my god, I want to get my coochie waxed.
Definitely gonna get the cooch waxed.
I think we should.
I think we should as well.
I think it's just one of those things you need to experience. Also, Julie has me up past my bedtime, so if this shit gets weird, I'm sorry.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
100%, I should already be in bed. Scrolling on TikTok, ready to take my nightly slumber.
So sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, because I'm not really sorry.
I know you're not.
We have jobs to do.
I know. This, like, literally life just keeps hitting us in the fucking chest.
Yeah.
Like, we were like, yeah, we're gonna be able to film this week. And then my body was like, you're gonna get bronchitis and a sinus infection.
Yeah, and mine was like, you're gonna get lockjaw.
Yeah.
Well, not lockjaw, thankfully.
Yeah. So it's just been a clusterfuck. Like, literally, I felt good because I started feeling sick on Sunday. And then I was, like, feeling better by Wednesday because I went to the doctor and had medicine. Felt fine when we had our errands runs Thursday, but then as soon as I got home Thursday, I had to walk around for 6 miles because my cows got out in 3 different fucking fields. And then I had a calf that was limping, so I had to get her in the freaking house. And everything else that evening. And then Friday morning, wake up, take that calf to the vet, come back home, build IKEA furniture, my blankets came in. Like, it was just a lot. So then I think I ran my body back down. Because today I felt like...
You also didn't have your medicine yesterday because you left it at the floorboard of the truck.
100%. Yeah.
So.
But I took it today. Hopefully it'll kick in. I might take my cough syrup tonight too and just...
Scissor?
Yeah, my syrup. This one is different because it doesn't make me feel as fucked up. The one
is it? Is it cough syrup with codeine?
No. That's it.
Yeah.
The one time I had cough syrup with codeine, that's the one that did
That's
me.
the good shit.
No, I hate it. I literally remember when I took the first dose, I I fell asleep for a while, and then I woke up and I went to Mom, I'm like, don't leave me unattended. And she was like, why? I was like, I don't know where I am. She was like, what? I was like, I don't know where I am. I don't know what we're doing.
That's the good shit.
I was so fucked up. But I don't think this one has codeine in it. It just makes me a little sleepy.
You would know if it had codeine in it.
Yeah. This one just makes me a little sleepy.
No, if this one just makes you a little sleepy, yeah, no.
No, I don't think it is. The last one, though, I did have codeine because I was, like, in another planet.
The first time I had cough syrup with codeine, I'm pretty sure I still lived with my mom.
Same. But I'm 25 and still live with my mom. Listen, the housing market's crazy. And
yeah, don't I know it. If I didn't have a kid, I'd literally sell my house just to get $100,000 over what I paid for it and move into my car. But alas, I have a child.
But alas.
I should also just buy a camper.
Dude. I was driving...
Park it in somebody's driveway.
You can park it in my driveway.
Bob, I'm moving in.
We have plenty of fucking space. You can hike out in one of the fields. Make it seem like you're really living.
I feel like that wouldn't be good for my marriage.
Probably not. Live.
That's a sign that it would not be good for my marriage. It would just be the me and Lacie show. Eventually, Bellic would just move into the house.
Yeah.
Lacie would move into the camper. Living out our little lesbian love story.
Yeah. The other day, what were we talking about where I was like, what? There was something that came up and it was talking about, I think it was a TikTok or something that was like the awkward moment that you can't find your soulmate because your best friend is your soulmate.
Yeah.
And I just showed Julie and she's like, yeah, sorry dude, I fucked you over.
No, it was your pictures from your merch. Your apparel stuff.
That's right, there's that one picture.
There's the one where you're looking at me like we're all laughing. You're like, why am I looking at you like you're my soulmate? And I was like, sorry bro.
Cause I am.
So sorry.
And I'm like, fuck, why'd you have to find your husband in high school and I'm still out here like, Is there anyone that's decent?
We went through duds.
You did. And I was there.
Shout out to the duds. At some point, this will make it back around this small ass town.
Oh, I know.
All this shit, people start putting shit together.
Well, like, the snow video finally made people in the town start actually talking about the fact that I'm on TikTok.
Yeah, I saw all the bitches in high school that tagged you, wanting to be like, it looks so much like you. Oh,
Yeah.
I hate it. Oh my God.
Well, it's not even that, because some of them were genuinely nice about it. Like, I'm talking more, like, in person, like at Holtfield now when I go get my
Yeah, they
drinks.
feel like they can actually approach you.
Yeah. Which,
To
like,
me,
I don't care. Like, I'm not famous. Like, I don't claim to be, like, a celebrity. But I do think I'm probably the most known in this small town on social media. I think.
I would say that's pretty safe.
I think. I don't know for sure, though. I don't want to get too cocky with that.
I would say that's pretty safe.
But I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to be out here like, But it was just weird because, like, when I walked in the bank after the snow video, the most recent one, and then when I walked in, like, went through Holtfield, she was just like, hey, I've been watching, I was stalking you last night. I'm like, huh?
Please don't say that.
And then she was like, your videos. I'm like, yeah, actually, please confirm, because I am afraid of a legit stalker, so, like, I need you to specify. I heard nose.
I don't remember where I was at the other day, but somebody was staring at me, and I couldn't figure out if they were staring at me because they knew who I was. Like, via connection to you, or if they, like, I looked weird. But I almost wanted to be like I had the baby with me, and I was, so I'm like, oh my God. I'm gonna go out and there's gonna be
Sorry, but this
1W, 1B written on my window. You get human trafficked.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they just knew who I was, because I want to be a Bessie and a Tessie one day.
But, like, the only reason I don't like being, like, when people are now talking about it in our town is because I still don't think that they see it as, like, the business venture that I've turned it into. Like, they're like, how are your little TikTok videos? And I'm like, those little TikTok videos make me money. I'm my own boss now.
Right.
Those little TikTok videos. Like, because I don't want to ever be, like, sound like I'm, conceited and shit, but it just pisses me off when they try to, like, down talk, like, to me. Like,
it's because people get upset when you can make money off of what you enjoy doing.
yeah.
People did the same thing when I started doing hair. It's just a hobby. What are you really going to do?
Yeah.
I'm
You just
more
play
money
with
than
hair
you.
all day.
I'm going to make more money than you.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's what I want to do.
It's so frustrating.
It is frustrating, but that's just people being, they don't understand it, so they have to
Yeah.
hate on it.
And it's just really funny.
Or be condescending about
And
it.
I will say there are people that genuinely, like, either hadn't talked to me or, like, had made it seem like they didn't like me that came out of the woodwork and were liking my post when I finally was on Facebook. Like, it's my 2-year anniversary. I'm going to own up to it, be proud of it. I'm a fucking TikToker. And, like, this is what I do. And so many people liked it that I'm like, I thought you hated me.
They probably do. They're probably just trying to get clout. I just called out everybody on Facebook. I mean, that is one thing you have to, like, be concerned about. Because I saw some of the bitches that were commenting on that fucking Facebook post. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You're a fake one for real.
I run such a tight line with it because I do think it's nice of people to genuinely, like, be supportive and be like nice. Like, that doesn't bother me because I have weeded out a lot of my social media. Like, the social media, like, of Facebook is really very small. Like, I only keep a few people on there. So, like, most of the people that I still keep on there, it's like, I genuinely think it's cool that they support me. Like, that's nice. But, like, some people, their comments are always just like, do you actually support that?
Or just trying to get on it.
Or, like, are you hoping that something cool will happen?
Yeah.
I know that I can name drop her and she won't care. Molly Jones cracked me up because she commented and she was
saw.
like, because I remember when we were kids, we just did the dumbest shit. And we reenacted the full Old Greg video in her house and videotaped it on my NV Touch.
Yeah.
Like my NV3. So, like, those people are cool. I don't want Molly to think it's about her.
I have to be the abrasive side for you.
Yeah.
We're like that thing that you wash your dishes with, the ones for, like, porcelain.
You're like the Brillo pad that SpongeBob got that made him turn into a little bit of an asshole. You're the Brillo side of the pad, of the sponge. I'm the sponge, you're the Brillo.
That's what I'm saying, the thing you scrub your dishes with.
Yeah.
Has a soft side so you can, like, scrub your porcelain, and then the rough side so you can get in your pans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clean your pans, bitch. Watch out. That is me.
Yeah.
I'm here. Hello.
You have to worry about it with people on social media as well, which is what I've learned because sometimes, like, there's been a lot of, like, mutuals follow me back and, like, they just have no, like, I'm like, why did you follow me if, like, because, like, usually when, like, a fellow mutual follows me, like, I usually, like, we don't have to become best friends now and, like, add each other on Snapchat, but, like, sometimes I'll send a message, like, you know, hey, like, I really enjoy what you do, blah, 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 and they'll just, like, won't answer back at all, and I'm like, why'd you follow me back then?
Cafeteria bacteria, we love you.
Yeah.
Please follow Lacie back. Okay, anyway, you were saying.
But it's just weird. But, you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
I think some people are just not as nice. And I'm, like, too nice.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Be really bad.
Julie's my bodyguard.
I'm gonna slowly turn into the bouncer at all of your meet and greet and be like, no, not her. Not that one either. That one's not good for the gram. We really do need to talk about cafeteria bacteria though, because he's my new favorite person on TikTok. No offense to you.
It's okay.
My new favorite person on TikTok is cafeteria bacteria.
It's okay. I don't count as a TikToker for you.
No, you really don't, and I don't think you ever will.
I feel like I could have 5 million or something, and you'd still be like...
I literally went to a concert. I've been to 2 concerts now where TikTokers have performed. And I got so fucking pumped when I went to that Clay Walker concert and saw Thomas Mack up there. I was like, oh my god, Mom, he's on TikTok. Hey, that's a TikToker that I follow. And she goes, isn't Lacie a TikToker that you follow? And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's Lacie. I see Lacie without TikTok. Like,
yeah.
Those are both just because I know you.
Yeah. Which is totally fine. I wouldn't want you to see...
You could be the next Jeff Bezos, like, it's just fucking Lacie.
It's fucking Lacie. She bought me a Tesla, but it's just Lacie.
It's the best. Yeah, Tessie. Beep, beep. Anyway, cafeteria bacteria.
Yeah.
Love.
So, let me give you a synopsis of cafeteria bacteria. So, basically, it's this guy, and he does these, like, food reviews, essentially, on his TikTok account.
He goes to Brown University, I believe, in Rhode Island.
Yeah. And he reviews the food options
the worst
there
foods that
at
they
their
have.
Cafeteria. But it's the way he does his videos, and he's one of those people that is so amazingly matched for TikTok, because that's exactly the kind of content that TikTok likes.
Mm-hmm.
Because TikTok is really about a niche. Like, TikTok
and
likes
it's
you to
simple
have,
and quick.
Yes. Like, TikTok is for somebody who has such a defined... Like, I really see him blowing way up.
He really hasn't, though.
I think it'll come. I really do. I think once more people get traction on him, I really do. Because...
I want to keep it my little secret.
I want to keep it my little secret. Don't let him blow up till we can get him on the podcast, then y'all can blow him up.
Well,
anyway.
Every time someone blows up, I never see the videos anymore.
That is true.
It's so now weird. I can follow him and know that I'll continue to follow him.
Yeah. But, basically, he does the food reviews, but he's so funny because the way he does it is he'll just be like he has like a couple different series. Like, he's done like where his friends will mash 3 foods together and he has to try to guess them. But it's the way he goes about it, because he'll be like, all right,
looks good, begin.
And then he'll try to eat it, and most of the time he ends up gagging and everything.
He'll straight up, like, I have looked less repulsive while actually throwing up. And he'll be like, 2.
It's like a cat throwing up.
2. 4.
Yeah, he rates it. And that's the funniest part, is like he'll almost throw it up, but then he'll be like 4. And it's like, how are you going to give that a 4 if you couldn't even swallow it?
Couldn't even swallow. I commented on one of his TikToks that this man really never swallows, takes it seriously.
Yeah.
But anyway, we posted a clip on the podcast TikTok.
Yeah.
I tagged him in it. He liked it.
And commented.
And said, love it. And I sent it to Lacie and she said, shut up.
Dude, the weirdest people
and I
are
said,
like...
we've made it.
The weirdest people are like, I fangirl over. Like, honestly, I'm friends with Christine, and I still sometimes fangirl her. Like, the other day we were having a conversation, and like, I was like, do you understand that, like, you're doing the damn thing? Because, like, she always, like, which I totally understand and can relate, because, like, I always feel like I never have my head on. Like, I'm constantly stressed about, like, am I doing enough for my business? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that?
You're just naturally that type of person.
Yeah. And so then, like, but that's why I love having Tyler and Noah in my life, because they'll just be like, you're, like, we look up to you. Like, you're the inspiration behind why we started our business. And, like, Noah will be like, you're the reason I got counseling. I'm like, stop it. Because I'm like, I never feel like I have my shit together. And then I feel like when I talk to Christine, that's the same way, because, like, literally I can send her a question.
My hair tie just broke.
Oh no. But I can send her a question, and she'll literally send me, like, an article on it, like, with exact information.
Well, she's been through it.
Exactly. And, like, so when she texts me, like, having a hot girl moment, struggling, I'm like, dude, I said, I literally got so cheesy. I literally said to her, I said, you always think that you're drowning, but you're literally the lifeguard. I sent that to her, and she's still my friend. Isn't that crazy?
I would not be. I'd be like, block. Supportive?
Yeah.
4.
4. So, well, Julie's not, I can't be sappy with Julie.
That's not true. We get sappy sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just few and far between.
Yeah.
We show our love in different
And it's
ways.
usually never in person. It's usually over the internet.
No, it's like when you're, I don't know, like when you're 12 and you got a boyfriend and you like...
Oh my god, I love him. We're gonna hug next week.
Your whole relationship is through text message.
Yeah.
My first real boyfriend, that was what it was.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, Mom, if I were like, Mom, I'm going out, so I'd say, where are you going?
Yeah. So
Stupid Mom.
So you'd have to text him and...
Yeah.
I didn't really text in high school. I didn't really talk to a lot of boys because I was just I was a late bloomer. But I also remember that, like, I've just always been a Lacie that just didn't play men's games. Like, I will never forget one of my top tier moments is a guy who, I'll tell you his name, but I won't name him on the podcast, was texting me. And I think I was like, it was either 8th grade or a freshman in high school. I think I was 8th grade. And we were texting, and he asked the question, do you want to play 20 questions?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's how every good relationship starts.
Obviously, I started out light, and I was probably just like, what's your favorite color? And he was like, blue. Are you a virgin? And I'm like, oh, fucker, we're 13. So I think I answered. I don't know. I probably did, because I don't think it's crazy to be a 13-year-old virgin. And I was like, you know, I asked some other question like...
You prude.
Yeah.
You probably go to church, too.
And then I asked some other, like, super vanilla question, and he was like, he answered it, and then he was like, send a dirty pic. So I shit you not, I sent a picture of my pet pig at the time in mud and said, this is about as dirty as it gets. Didn't respond. Next day, he was...
This person go to high school with us?
Yes. He was in my grade. Next day, he was sucking face with a girl on the bus, and I was like, that's more your speed. But literally, 13-year-old Lacie sent a picture of my pet pig in mud and was like, this is pretty dirty.
The one time I didn't send nudes to a guy who asked for them, he told his entire football team that I did. So I got like 40 ads on Snapchat because they all thought they were going to get nudes. The one time I actually didn't.
Yeah.
And he lied and said I did.
One kid lied. I remember that always used to make... Because, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't... Men piss me off, and they always have since I was a young kid.
When shit like that happened to me, it was because it was like, oh, it's the big girl. It's the fat girl.
Yeah.
I'll get the fat girl. If I can get anybody, get the fat girl.
Yeah.
Guess what, bitch?
You can't.
I'm a picky eater. I'm also picky with my men. And I don't like the green ones.
Also, I'm really sorry if you can hear me breathing, because I can't breathe out my nose very well. I'm still a little sick.
Do you want me to do what I do to the baby? A little nasal lavage.
I don't know.
Over the sink.
Over the sink.
A little boogie sucky.
Will you suck my boogies?
Little sussy baka. Lacie asked me earlier on the podcast, we could act like that douchebag podcaster or whatever.
The men, I thought it'd be so funny to do like a mock, like just making like satire where we just like pretended like we were just the two douchebag guys that have a podcast.
Trying to explain to her, she's like, "Have you not heard that sound? It's like a huge sound on TikTok." I was like, "I'm not on that side of TikTok. I'm on that side of TikTok."
Which, like, I'm also on that side, but I also just, I love seeing people shit on men, so that is always a constant in my freaking feed. So yeah, I have seen it so many times.
I'm on that. And then Pete Davidson TikTok.
I love that for you.
I really do.
But no, I just, like, they're just the way that men, like, and I shouldn't say all men, because obviously I listen, like, Two Bears, One Cave we listen to, and I love it, and it's two men. I listened to The Basement Yard with Joe Santagato.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The Basement Yard talked about that guy.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about, if my wife doesn't bounce back after having kids.
And so, like, there are good men. Like, I harp on that. Like, I understand.
There's not enough of them.
Yes. And they get outshined by the idiots. But
they're the ones that want to play 20 questions.
T. And it's just like when you hear men, like, having a podcast like that, that's when it's like, no mics. We should not sell mics to men. No microphones. Take them away.
You should take a test.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that we should start making people take tests to drive, other than driving test. Like, you should have taken an IQ test.
Yeah.
And then to parent. I really think there should be a test for parenting.
Yeah.
Why is there not a test for parenting?
I don't know.
Anybody gets to have kids.
Except us.
Except
potentially.
me.
You confirmed yes so far.
Yeah.
Me on the bubble.
Yeah. My womb is empty.
Our bodies are too similar. We have similar.
Oh my god, our
struggles.
nipple pain the other day. I was talking about my nipple pain because my nipples, they hurt so bad the week leading up to my period.
It's
like,
awful. We and her both get the same.
The only thing I found to help is boiling my titties, and let me explain.
Yeah,
I
because
my
normally she'll just leave it at, I gotta go boil my tits, and she just leaves you like that. Like, that's a normal household activity.
I fill my bathroom sink up with hot water.
Hot.
I take my top half off. Like my clothes.
So you're not poo-bearing it.
Not poo-bearing it. And then I lean over and I dunk my yitties in the sink.
As you should.
I boil my yitties like a couple of spuds. When the water cools, it's time to get them out. It's the only thing that fucking helps.
Yeah, I literally was putting enough aloe vera on my
I still think we should try the lidocaine patches.
Yeah.
We should try lidocaine patches. But I was telling somebody that I work with about it, and they were like, "Are you sure? Like, I don't think that's hormones. What hormones make you do that?" I was like, "No, it's definitely hormones because like Lacie has it too. That's what's convinced me that I don't have breast cancer, and it's hormone related because Lacie also has the same thing." But
dude, it's a serious issue that's sweeping the nation.
I should
at least
stop.
for just you and I.
I shouldn't have to boil my yitties.
It's literally like such an uncomfortable pain, and I had it before I had my nipples pierced, so I know it's nothing to do with that. But it's literally just.
But we
like,
did the same thing, right? We were on birth control for a while.
Yep.
Longer than a year or two.
Yep.
And then we got off.
Yep.
For a year or two.
Yep.
Then we got back on for a few months,
Yep.
and now we're back off, and it's worse now.
Yep.
Than it was before.
Yep.
It's hormones.
Oh, I'm sure. Almost everything ends up being hormones in some way, shape, or form.
Hormones are fucking stupid.
Yeah, they are.
We need to take a break.
We need to take a break.
Yeah.
I might need to empty this nostrils.
Yeah, just do it quietly so you don't wake the baby up.
I know, I'm really loud.
Yeah, you are. You're an aggressive nose blower.
I'm sorry, I want to get it all out of there.
I
Sometimes I get
understand.
lightheaded.
Yeah, I can fucking imagine, dude.
I gotta get it all out.
You're aggressive with it.
Alright, well, we'll be back in just a few short seconds.
Yeah. I dropped a bomb on my fucking coworkers yesterday.
How?
They were all under the impression that I love them. And I was like, if I had not told you I love you, then I do not. Because I only say that if I mean it.
I'm also that way. Like, my family growing up, like, I don't end every phone call with I love you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't say it, like, all the time. So I have never told a male that I love them. Which, like, I've never been in, like, a super serious relationship either.
Like a male other than your dad?
Yeah.
You should probably specify that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought...
No, but, like, growing up, it was something that you said to people that you actually, like, loved. You didn't say it because you felt like you had to.
Yeah.
And so, like, my one coworker was like, but, like, I've told you I loved you several times. I'm like, yeah, and I didn't say it back today. And I just went about my business. She was like, don't let your mouth open, fly all the way in there.
Yeah. I'm always super weird. Like, especially when I first started, like, TikTok and stuff, because people would just, like, in the lives and say, oh, I love you. And I would be like, the first couple times I'd be like, I love you too. You could see how awkward I was because I'm just not used to actually saying it that often. Because, like, I do love them. I love their support and everything. But, like, I don't know. It's hard for me to just, like, throw it around willy-nilly. Like, I've never been the bitch that's like, oh, my God, I love you.
It's a serious thing.
Yeah. Like, I am serious when I say I love you.
Well, and that's, like, when friendships end for me. It is so hard because those are people that I genuinely, like, love and care about.
Yeah.
But, like, I won't say it. And I've straight up to family members. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, like, and that's, like, with me. My problem, see... Me and Julie complement each other in the sense that, like, I'm somebody who, like, I open up really quickly to people. And, like, I want to just take them in and, like, help them and, you know, do all that things. And Julie's more standoffish, more has her guard up. And then when I've had a couple failed relationships in the past, Julie's always there to be like, yeah, see, gotta see that one.
Well, because you never want to say it, like, especially with the one situation that I know we talked about before. With PBR Boy's brother.
Yeah.
You were happy about it.
Yeah.
And you weren't physically getting hurt.
Yeah.
So, like, what was I gonna
Yeah.
do, you know?
You
Be
didn't
like,
want to.
hey,
Yeah, you didn't want to like.
I know you're
crash
really
my
enjoying
party.
this right now, but, like, I think he's a piece of shit.
Well, like, even looking back though, I was like, I didn't even enjoy him. Like, I didn't even enjoy.
Well, we had that conversation on my couch, but it wasn't until the end of your guys' situationship.
Yeah. Because I was like, I'm not. I don't. He
But there's
brings me nothing.
There's, like, a weird line between, like, you know, if I would have said that while it was still going on, versus, like, I didn't want to be like, I told you so.
Yeah.
So it's like that weird, like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Yeah. 100%.
It was there.
The signs were there. You were just blind to it. I think I just enjoyed that feeling of almost being in a relationship.
Yeah. That's
And,
why
like,
I call it situationship.
Yeah. And then I enjoyed, like, I enjoy taking care of people. Like,
Well, because I feel like if your situation, like your mental situation and everything, would have been different, you would have not have put up with that at all.
Oh, hell no.
That's why it's situationship. It was
Yeah.
situational.
Yeah. Oh, hell no. Lacie today would not have dealt with
No.
that shit for one fucking second. I won't deal with that with friendships anymore either.
Nope.
But I have fallen victim to a lot of relationships that have done me dirty in the past.
Well, we're both fixers. It's just you're like a... Because I put up with people's shit too long.
Yeah, you have.
Because I'm friends with them.
Yeah.
And I feel like they have a problem that I can solve.
Yeah.
You do the same thing. But yours is right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have to observe for
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
See if you're worth my time or not.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10 they aren't. But
Yeah. That's how it is.
it is very obvious that it's like that. Because, like, at parties and stuff, people would come up to us and talk. And Lacie would be like, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah. And then everyone always, like, tries to put Julie into the bitch category. And I'm like,
Which I'm fine with, by the way. Totally fine.
She's fine with it, but like I'm like, if I was that way, I would just be like, oh, she's just like a harder shell. It's the fact that Julie looks intimidating because she's 6 foot tall.
I'm 6 foot tall. I'm solidly built.
Like,
I have RBF.
so if you smile at Julie and she doesn't smile back, people are like, oh my god, she's.
I'll smile back, but like it's not gonna be like, oh yeah, she really want to smile. It'll be the way people smile.
Yeah.
See your mailman over. Old teacher.
Yeah.
I don't let people in.
Yeah. I know. And sometimes I wish I could be like that because then I feel like I wouldn't be in all the situations I end up in.
But that's okay, because sometimes I wish I was like you and I was a little bit more, you know, empathetic towards people.
That's true. You always want what you can't have, or what you're not,
Yeah,
and you can never make yourself.
No, you can't. And if you spend your life trying to, it's just you have to adapt
To how you
to
are.
how you are.
And that's what I've learned more of. Like, I'm sure I will do more growing and learning as well. But
Like you can adapt who you want to be to who you are, but you're never gonna change
yeah,
who you are.
it's just the way you're built, and it's just owning how you are and accepting that, but then changing the way you go about certain situations to try to avoid getting hurt as badly.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. Let me interview them all. Nope, not this one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before we can further our friendship, you're gonna have to come see my
My
best friend.
associate?
Yeah. This is my
She
bodyguard.
gives the approval.
Yeah.
Not me, sorry.
I need to trust my gut more because with the last couple that have done me dirty, I had red flags in the beginning. And they came off in the beginning. And I just was like, it's okay.
The last one was a weird one, though.
Yeah.
That one was really weird.
What can you do but move on?
Can't do anything except joke about it now because it's the only healthy way to cope.
Yeah. Learn from it and move on. I will tell you, I am very excited to share stories with the one guest that's coming as a fellow creator because I just really feel like it's going to be nice to just sit over some beers and just be able to be like, this is all that's happened. What's your stories like? I want to hear from somebody else, you
I don't
know?
have any stories.
Like another fellow creator. I want to know if they have the same struggles. Because I've already kind of heard some of their stories.
Yeah. I just have to sit here and apologize a million times to a said person about what happened in quarantine.
I was a different person.
Yeah, I was a different person. Listen. Lacey didn't have a million followers on TikTok then, okay? So now I know how to handle people like that. Okay? I'm sorry, I handled it poorly. I just got really excited.
It's okay.
I made a TikTok and DM'd them on Instagram. And they replied and I hit them with the, oh my god, I didn't think you'd fly.
I forgot. It was 2 years ago. We just
I was so
honestly,
excited.
just don't even bring it up.
No, I have to bring it up. Because if I don't bring it up, then I'm gonna wonder the whole time if they're gonna be like, oh my god, this is the bitch who DM'd me on Instagram. Oh my god, this is so good.
True. But to be fair, I'm the one who told this person when our friend anniversary was, because I screenshotted when they followed me back on Instagram. Or
yeah, but that's
TikTok.
different because you're friends.
I guess so.
I'm not friends with this person. I don't talk to this person.
That's true.
It's gonna be another Lacie podcast.
Sorry.
It's okay. Anybody I could bring on the podcast, we wouldn't be able to let them talk. They wouldn't be able to
Because
talk.
they need media
They
training.
need media training. We try to get Bustin. Bustin don't want to be on.
No.
Bustin's up.
The boys are hanging in the boy room doing boy things. We tried to get them there. We were like, listen, what if we go together, get our coochies waxed? You guys go together,
Get your Gucci's waxed.
They weren't down.
No.
Your husband was on the global. I feel like he would have done it.
Yeah, but I also feel like he only said that because he heard Bustin say it. Only if Belly does it.
Yeah.
Because it's the same man who won't let me wax his unibrow anymore because he swears I gave him a boil.
A boil.
Remember he had that mole right there on his face?
Yeah.
He swears to God that it did not pop up until I waxed him that one time. So he will not let me wax
Ugh,
any
men
part
are
of his
so
face.
dramatic.
They are dramatic. They're little babies.
God. I really don't know how I'm supposed to, like, sucker one into dealing with me because I literally hate them.
You know what? You can raise kids on your own.
I know. I'm probably going to. I've already told you, and I wholeheartedly mean it. Once my house is built and I'm, like, more established in my business, so I know I'm more financially secure, I'm signing up to be a foster parent already. I do not care if I have a man.
You know what I mean, man.
I don't.
My cousin didn't have a man when she adopted her little bro.
Exactly. It's a bad beach.
Yeah.
And now she's happily married, and she has a great little family, and it's so cute. But, like, I just... I feel like I can do it.
I feel like you could do it.
I feel like I could be a great single parent. I'm on the same mental wave as them most of the time. Me and your kid can sit here for 3 hours.
Mommy and me sensory swings. She literally was bartering with my 1-year-old over her Pop-It toy.
And it worked.
Well, you can't have the Pop-It toy unless you give me that thing.
And it worked. We were on the same wavelength.
She thought it was so cool that Lacie was playing with the Pop-It. She literally took it from Lacie, went to the other corner of the playpen, and was like pushing it like...
It's a
She
good
thought
time.
it was so cool.
We have a great time.
Or like her, Lacie was the first one to get her the sensory books. They're kids books, but they have all like the rubbery sensory stuff in them. Lacie was like, I got it because I liked it, so I thought she might like it.
It's her favorite books.
And sure enough, when we go out, I take 2.
It's her favorite books. Okay? I know how to pick them.
And she and Lacie take turns back and forth with the sensory toys.
Dude, I'm genuinely enthralled by them. Like, I don't know how many accounts there are that are ran by literal children, and it's just how many fidgets, Pop-Its, all those different toys they have. And all they do...
I bet you don't have 12 ice creams.
And I watched the whole fucking 3
Yeah,
thing.
I would know.
Where the 10-year-old just goes through all her drawers.
all of her drawers.
Because if I could, I'd have that many. Like, I love those kinds of toys.
The best part is that 10-year-old doesn't even know what she's doing when she says, well, I mean, I could count this one, but I won't because I know I have something else, and then shuts the drawer. I'm like, you're a bad bitch. You don't even know it.
No, I know. I love the toot already. Like, seriously, though, like, I think it's just the ADHD in me. Like, I remember one teacher, only one in our entire school district, had those fucking twisty thingies, and she only had 2 of them. It was in, like, elementary. I can't remember. I want to say it was, like, 4th or 5th grade, but she had like 2 of these little, like, the one kid has them, but I can't remember what they're called, but they're like circular. It looks like all wired together, but then it can come undone. It's like a twisty thing. And she had 2 of them, and kids could play with them if they were fidgety, and I would grab one like every day, but that was the only teacher that ever like accepted that kids have a hard time sitting, and some kids
Yeah,
just
now there's classrooms with like swivel seats for kids that need to like move around while they're sitting down.
needed to be me. Oh my god. I literally would pretend throw up almost every day in 5th grade because I was not being, like, I was on honor roll, even though I didn't go to school half the time, and all I would do, I knew how to work the system. I would go in the bathroom, say I threw up and flushed it, and then they would call my mom and she'd come get me because she worked in the same town that school was. And I would just go hang out at her store because I wasn't being stimulated. Schoolwork wasn't hard enough for me, and they never had any, like, to where you could, like, bump up or do something that was challenging. And I was fucking bored out of my mind. So I would ditch school, literally, just in a more normal way. Well, legal way? I don't know how to word that. I wasn't breaking rules. But, like, why no one questioned that I didn't have, like, potentially, like, an actual illness? The fact that I was just getting sick. Like, I guarantee I, like, left school at least once a week.
Well, I mean, not their problem, you know what I mean?
I guess not. Even my mom was just like, I think she knew. Because it's like, my grades were still fine. I did my schoolwork at her store.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be at school. And I wasn't even anxious. Like, I just was so fucking bored.
You never been so bored where I faked through it?
You didn't have ADHD as a kid.
No, I really didn't. I don't have it as an adult either, though.
I reorganized my office at least twice a week.
That's what I was thinking at. That's where I was going with that.
Because now that I'm medicated, it's gone from having a, like, dirtier room and office area to now it's spotless, and I like to make sure it's spotless.
Is your ADD turning into OCD?
No, I don't think so. Because I don't want to ever, like, because I think a lot, like, OCD is one of those that, like, gets aggressively, like, it's so, people think it's so common that it actually is. Like, people who have OCD, it's, like, it's compulsive. Like, it's actually obsessive. It's not just, like, I like things neat, tee. So, I don't think so, because I've never, like, because I don't know the full, like, all the lines when it comes down to, like, what makes you OCD, like the symptoms, but I know that I think one of the biggest ones is the fact that, like, you have to do it this way or, like, you are not okay.
You physically cannot function.
Exactly. And I know that that's not the case because, like, even if my office, like, I can accept that my area isn't clean but I can get to it.
Yep.
Kind of thing. Like, I've never been like that, so I don't think so.
Let's see.
Oh
What
my gosh.
actions? This is the nice part about being at my house is because, like, the internet works.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere.
It's okay. My favorite thing is when I'm on, like, TikTok live and Mandy's there and someone always comes in like, why don't we do a live with Lacie? And Mandy be like, her Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah.
Obsessive compulsive disorder. What are signs and symptoms of OCD? Fear of germs or contamination. Fear of forgetting, losing, or misplacing something.
I mean, I do that a lot, but I don't think I have a fear.
I blame it on the ghosts. It's probably something going on inside my head. Fear of losing control over one's behavior.
No.
That's why I don't get sloshed anymore. Because I don't like not feeling like I'm not going to get control.
I mean, that's why I've never liked being a belligerently drunk person. I don't like.
That night she made me fucking pull a fan into my living room and she was out cold before I even got the fan fucking turned on.
Sorry.
Because she had to sleep with the fan. The bitch slept setting up. Aggressive thoughts towards others or oneself. I feel like this is me. Unwanted, forbidden, or taboo thoughts involving sex, religion, or harm.
I have intrusive thoughts.
I want to poop in that.
Not like that, but
Just a Brittany Broski intrusive thought. Desire to have things symmetrical or in perfect order.
No.
I feel like that's a pretty common OCD thing.
yeah,
Compulsions. Excessive cleaning or hand washing.
no. I don't think it's excessive.
Ordering or arranging items in a particular precise way.
No,
Repeatedly checking things, such as if the door is locked or the oven is up. I do that.
I don't do that.
Compulsive counting.
No.
Although I think you're fine.
Yeah, see, and that's what I was saying. Like, I really don't think it is. I think I just have now, I just like the change of, like, reorganizing and thinking of better. Which, to be fair, though, I really think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm limited as much space as I have. So I feel like I'm always thinking of new ways to add better storage so that I don't, because I never want to be overwhelmed in my office space. Because I feel like the upstairs of my house is like my oasis. And I don't-
Villa.
Yeah, it's my villa.
Shibida.
So I don't want to be stressed out and have like a bunch of clutter and shit. So, like, honestly, Target has made so much money off of my ass buying just bins alone. I have so many bins of various size and color.
I enjoy having bins, but sometimes I won't put anything in the bins for like 6 to 8 months.
That's fine.
Sometimes I just keep bins in the bins.
I bought bins on just the backup for when I get multiple shirts and you know, my repertoire, and then also when I travel so that I can put things in bins and then take them to, because like my trailer I want to have stocked, but I don't want it to be cluttered. So I think what I'm going to do is only have like a couple of each shirt sizes out and then keep some in bins in like the bed of my truck. So that way my trailer doesn't feel like claustrophobic. Because I am claustrophobic. That's the one fear I do have that's like very prominent.
She's scared of Santa Claus.
Yeah, I'm terrified. I have phasalophobia, which is the fear of open water. That one genuinely fucks with me. And then claustrophobia. Don't like
So,
small
with
spaces.
your fear of open water, is it specifically just the ocean?
No. I was in a pond and still panicked, like fully, because of the water. Like just that much unknown under me really freaks me out. Like if I'm in
You
a
were
pool,
fine though until he told you how deep it was, weren't you?
I still didn't like it.
I mean, I don't like swimming in ponds because I think they're dirty.
Yeah, I also am that way.
chlorinated water.
I always tell people I can get disgusting. I can get covered in mud, cow shit, or anything. Like I'm very.
I don't
low
like the thought
maintenance.
of murky water. That's what scares me.
But there's two things that I am very picky about, and that is the water that I will swim in and the sleeping arrangements I will slumber in. Those are two things. Fuck camping in a tent. I will never be that bitch. You will never catch me being that bitch. We worked way too hard to get to the top of the food chain to have houses, air conditioning, showers, all the amenities. Why are we sleeping on the ground?
If I'm not sleeping in a camper, I'm not sleeping anywhere but my house.
Yeah. Or like, why can't we all just like, people be like, let's just camp. I'm like, no.
There's a big country music fest that goes on. It's like 3 days long. And you can get a camper spot, which I would be okay with camper.
Yeah, like an actual camper, yeah.
But like, it's a lot of money, especially if you want a camper spot that has electricity and water.
Which like,
Or
yeah.
you can get a tent spot and then you can shower at the local car wash.
No.
I'm
You
not
can-
down for that.
You can miss me with that shit. I will pay the extra money to either have that camper there or I'll get a hotel because I'm civilized.
Yeah.
I feel like this sound where it's like, I have class and you don't. I'm like,
Isn't that
no.
like a parent trap?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not shitting on people at camp. I wish that I was that anxiety free and carefree to where I could just be like, sleep. I can't. I have a whole routine.
Burrs.
I have a whole
I'm
routine.
talking about bugs, dude. I don't want to wake up with a centipede in my sleeping bag.
Oh.
That's
Like,
not how I'm trying to
I'm
wake up.
such a hot sleeper. Like, I shit you not. There's no TMI on this because we've talked about everything else. We were just talking about burning nipples. When I sleep, if I don't have a blanket or a pillow in between my thighs, they're wet when I wake up.
Yeah.
Because of how much they sweat. And I don't even have that thick of thighs. But, like, they be creating enough heat to heat a village.
A villa.
And so I'm just like, there's no way in fuck. I'll tell you this, I'll call out Shiloh Farms right now. So I was talking to the boys because there's an opportunity for me to do a potential meetup in September. You guys all know more about that obviously when I know. And I wanted to let them know ahead of time because obviously Noah and Tyler both have wives and families and they have their own business. So like
Right.
they need more time to be able to schedule a trip. So I just wanted to like throw that in their ears. And they were both excited, both wanting to try to make it work. And Noah was like, I told them, I was like, you know, you guys are the first two people that I'm inviting, so you can have dibs of the spare bedroom in my house. Like, you guys can share it. You can have, you know, like, you're more than welcome to stay. And I was like, oh, well, like, what's the weather like in Ohio in September? Is it still pretty hot? And I was like, yeah, it can still be quite warm. And he was like, I might just camp. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I want to be that character. Like, I seriously, like, I wish that I could, because, like, if there's ever, like, an apocalypse, I'm done. Because I'm going to be like, my ears ring, I need a fan at night. And my dad's going to be like, we're not running the generator just because your fucking ears ring. And then I'm going to lose my mind.
Ew.
I know.
It's so muggy and all that. Like, did you explain that to him? Like, we have moisture in our air, 25.8.
I told him, I was like, you don't have to sleep outside. Like, there is a king-size Tempur-Pedic bed in the spare room. You can have it.
Fuck it, Tyler'd be okay having the bed to himself.
Honestly, yeah, Tyler's probably like, sleep outside.
You know who didn't ask for you to sleep outside? The guy who's only used to dry weather. That's who didn't ask to sleep outside.
Yeah.
Let Noah sleep in the loft with Doja Cat.
I was like, you can sleep wherever you want, but like, don't think you can't sleep in my home.
Bless you. Put him out in the Husky house.
The Husky house. You can sleep with the dogs in one of their crates.
No, put him out in the house.
It's like a chicken
Noah,
coop.
you're gonna stay in our guest house.
It's a chicken coop.
It's got a fenced-in front porch.
And a porch.
Yeah.
There's a little porch, yeah.
Yeah, I said a fenced-in front porch.
Oh, sorry.
Because it has a porch.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not all here.
Bougie-ass dogs.
Listen, it's my mom, not me.
You enjoy it.
Oh, I love it. I love having my dogs.
I did think it was funny your Snapchat this morning. Talk about how Cody's legs were too damn long. I don't like how they look.
I know. He sits like that sometimes. I'm like, why do you look like you're ready to...
Who's this stranger in my
Like, I
house?
was like, what are you doing?
I want waffle fries.
Well, because, like, I love the dogs, but it is a lot when it's only me, and that's the only thing I hate about, because, like, last night my parents stayed in, like, Amish country. I don't know. They're old, and they do whatever they want.
They're white people.
Yeah. But, like, it is a lot to, like, have both the dogs and the cows, like, especially when there's things to do. Like, when I had to take Nora to the vet, and then I had to make sure nobody else got out. You gotta make sure that they're fed, and nobody else is having a baby. Gotta make sure Nora's doing okay. And then come in the house, and I gotta make sure all the dogs are okay.
I'm honestly shocked that 4 other didn't have their babies last night.
Honestly, that would have happened.
Because as soon as I saw your Snapchat on Thursday about how the cows were all in different fields, I was like, oh. Now it really happens.
Yeah.
Now they're throwing down the gauntlet. And be like,
Yeah.
alright, everybody who's still left a calf, guess what? We're doing it tonight.
Yeah. No, everyone's still crossing their legs.
Those prudes.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Hoping for some April shower babies.
Honestly, I don't care, because there's already some great quality heifers for Kaylee to show. I don't give a shit what else they come. Like, I'm just happy that they come out happy and healthy. That's all I care about.
How do you know if they're happy?
I think so. My cows seem pretty content.
They do little cookie feeds.
They do little cookie feeds. They all like, they do little zoomies.
What was wrong with Nora?
She had an umbilical infection that caused her to have arthritis in her joints.
So what do you do with that?
Antibiotics and an anti-inflammatory, and then I have to give her more antibiotics and just watch her and make sure. We caught it really early on, so like with Oswald, he had something. Sorry, we're gonna get nerdy for a second. With Oswald, he had something kind of similar. He had more of white muscle disease, but it's a similar thing where it just sends infection, and it builds up in the joints. And so Oswald actually had to have his joints drained and then antibiotics sent directly to his joints. But with Nora, it was very early on, and it was a little bit different because instead of being caused by the lack of selenium, it was just caused by the fact that there was such an infection at her umbilical, which can happen with calves because like the nature of it, like their umbilical cord is obviously like their moms basically like lick it to where it's mostly unattached, but then a piece still is there, and it usually dries off and falls off in a couple days after birth. But obviously being exposed to the elements, it can get dirty, it can get infected.
There's really no way to prevent that.
No. Even with sheep and stuff, they sometimes will dip them in iodine, but even that's not 100% effective. And so they basically what had happened is it just caused infection to build up in her knee joint, and obviously since that was tender, she didn't want to walk on it, so that's why she was limping. But she should come out of it just fine. I'll watch her, obviously, but the fact that it's only one joint, we caught it really early. She didn't have a fever, which is super uncommon. Usually, they almost always get caught with a fever. Like, you usually catch a calf affected by it by acting sick before they actually limp.
Right.
So, luckily, we caught it early, so she should be just fine. But, yeah, that's what was wrong with her.
Glad Nora's doing well.
Yeah. It was funny, too, because, like, everyone in the vet office was like, oh, she's a small calf. And I'm like, well, yeah, she's a calf. Like, she's only 3 weeks old. But, like, why don't one of you guys throw a 126-pound calf in the truck like I had to? One girl was very helpful, though.
That's good.
It was just funny, though, because she was like, how do you get her out? And I was like, I basically have to, like, guide her to fall out. Like, she can't just step out like a dog. Her knees don't bend that way. Also, she's limping. But, like, I don't have the arm span to just fully pick her up like she's my little baby. So
She's a grass puppy, not a regular puppy.
Yeah. She was hilarious in the truck, though. She behaved really well, too. Like, she wasn't stressed at all.
That's good.
Yeah, she wasn't bawling or anything. I was super happy. I thought maybe I had just gotten lucky because the last time, 2 times that calves have been in my vehicle with just me. Because, like, me and Dad had taken calves several times, but we've had 2 people. So, like, I would hold the calf and he would drive. But with Oswald, Ron, and then now Nora, it was only me. And the first 2 were bottle babies, so they were obviously friendly. But Nora was on Mom, so I was like, what the fuck's she gonna do? You're still.
She's gonna hold her knife up to your neck.
First thing she did was piss, but I had a tarp and a blanket down, so it was fine. My car still has my truck still has like a little hint of cow piss smell, but
I love that.
you know.
Yeah. They make things to get rid of
I
that.
can't breathe right now. I did clean the door off really well where she had peed, and I took everything out. So I think now, more than anything, it's just that little bit of cow smell in there. But once the weather gets a little bit better next week, I'll probably detail my truck again, pull it in the shop, and clean her out real nice.
We need to take a break, and then we'll come back
Okay,
right quick.
right quick. Yet you do get to have the privileges of being the co-host that knows people, because we can't dox too many people on the podcast.
No, but I would like to get to one point one day where I could at least drop everybody's first name.
That would be fun, and also terrifying for me, but you
Why?
know, I don't know. I have a very big, for me, anytime someone's disrespected or done me dirty, I don't know if it's the Leo energy, but the only thing that I ever want to do in life is just be better. I don't like to be, and I'm not saying you are choosing that route at all, but I feel like a lot of people get really bitter and they really sit on that anger and they sit on that. For instance, the one ex-girlfriend who is trying to make my brother's life a living hell and thinks it's okay to have her friend, you don't know that yet, we can talk about that briefly, but just doing everything she can 2 years later to actually ruin my brother's life. Get a life if you're listening.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
But I just don't understand how you can sit on that. Even somebody could people have done me really dirty. I've had people straight up steal from me in my own home and treat me like dog shit. And I'm just okay, watch me be better without you.
I'm a Scorpio, so I gotta be vindictive about it.
At
least for a little bit.
And that's everyone's different. But for me, I just it stresses me out. I don't understand how you can hold on to.
Because some people don't have anything better to do.
That's what it has to be.
And it's really fucking sad that you're that miserable of a person.
Seriously.
Because that's what it is. It's just miserable people.
Ugh.
Miserable people doing miserable people things.
It's crazy.
I'm out here living now. I'm out here living now.
No.
You know why? Because life goes on and on and on and on.
No,
and on. On and on and on and
that
on
man
and on.
confuses me, but I also love
I'm
it.
very
at the same-
intrigued by him.
Yeah,
How do we get Oliver Tree on the podcast?
people
Can you imagine Oliver Tree just sitting between
Oh my
us?
god, I can't. I would stare. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do if he
Little
had the little
cowboy
cowboy.
My lady.
Because people his persona, it's an act, but is
It's
it?
gotta be satire.
And it
It's gotta be.
and if it's that much satire, I think he's a genius for that. Because people do obviously when you do.
Hello, Trisha Paytas.
Yeah, when you have.
She rickrolled the whole internet.
Yeah,
multiple times.
When you have that chaotic of a haircut and you wear the clothes like he does with the little tiny sunglasses and the little tiny cowboy hats,
Yep. People are intrigued by that.
yeah, people are gonna talk about it.
Naturally intrigued, but I mean that's what I showed you. I was like, "Do you know who Oliver Tree is?" And you're like, "No." And, I was like,
And then I became obsessed because I was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is this man?"
Tiny cowboy hat really got her. The best part is because what I'm referring to is when he was on Kimmel. He was performing on Kimmel, and
He had 3 hats,
I had already seen the clip. I knew
and
it
it
was
was
gonna happen.
some Russian nesting doll bullshit.
So he has this regular size hat on and he takes it off, and he's got this medium size hat on, and
It's like a
she's
party
fucking
size.
losing it. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen when he takes the third hat off. So I'm just watching her, and he takes it off, and she fell.
I was pissed
Out.
myself because it's just the tiniest little hat clipped onto his little mullet that he's got,
His bullet.
and I don't know. Stupid shit really gets me in the giggle dick,
Yeah, it does.
and that's one of them because it was just.
Did it get you in the giggle dick?
It was so funny. So funny.
It's gotta be satire.
I don't know. But
Because there's videos of him. You can go to YouTube and look up Oliver Tree acts normal. You
Sorry.
can see the videos.
I'm really draining and stuff.
It's okay. We're almost done.
My ears started hurting. Just
We'll
physical.
tell them to stop.
I know. I quit it.
Stop
I'm
ears.
draining from all 4 sources. They might have to scrape my sinuses. And I don't know how they do it, but the word scrape I don't like.
Well, I mean, that's what a pap smear is.
How do you get in there? They go through my nose?
Probably.
Or do they have to cut a hole?
They're not cutting a hole in your face.
Am I under?
Probably not.
I know. They never put women under. They're like, this hurts a lot, but we're just gonna pop an Advil before you come in.
I would assume they would go into your nose and just go. Do you want to know?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to know.
I'll look
yet.
it up after you leave because
Okay.
now I'm curious.
Yeah, don't look it up now. Because I don't even know. Maybe I don't have to, but regardless, I need to
There's
figure
got to be fucking something you can do to not have 17 sinus infections in a year.
Well, I'm going to a different ENT because one ENT that I went to basically told me that unless I had 12 signs of strep throat in a year, they wouldn't do anything for me. And I was like, wow, thank you so much.
That's incredibly helpful, thank you.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to a different ENT
Yeah.
and be like, hey, every sinus infection turns into either an upper respiratory infection or bronchitis because of how severe they get, because apparently my sinuses aren't fucking draining.
What's wrong with me?
Please help, because I'm pretty
Please,
healthy
sir.
other than this shit, and I can't keep being on antibiotics. I'm going to get
Well,
immune.
you'll just be miserable as long as you're like, you know what I mean? Like, sinus infection will drain you mentally, physically anyway.
Yeah.
Then you got bronchitis and you're coughing on top of it.
Yeah. It's not fun.
No.
It's not. I'm trying to run a business. I'm trying to do hot girl shit. Can't do hot girl shit. Won't blow my nose.
At least while you've been sick, you've had a lot of time to like reorganize your office and stuff. You have been utilizing your time. You haven't just.
I've tried.
You know.
I built IKEA furniture today.
Yeah.
I fucking love those cute
That's what I'm
things.
saying. You've been able to like do stuff inside your house.
Yeah.
I mean, your cows going statewide last night or a couple days ago didn't help, but you know.
Yeah, because then I was just running. And then I felt bad because Dad got home and I was like bitchy because I was just stressed. Because I had to get the cows in and everything. And then he comes up to me and like he's just walking slow. And that sent me. Because I was like, Bob. Because I needed him like that minute. And he's walking slow. And I'm like, this motherfucker never walks slow.
We don't
in his
mosey.
life. I was like, what the fuck are you moseying for?
It's so funny what upsets you.
When you're
like when you're already upset and it's things that wouldn't normally upset you.
No.
Like today when we were putting the baby to bed and Caleb asked 1,000,001 fucking questions about her bottle sippy cup situation that we do every fucking night because he knew it was pissing me off. So he, what about this? What about this? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Men are stupid and I don't respect them.
That's right. I just, like I said, and then, like, I apologized immediately. I was like, I'm sorry for snapping. He's like, no, it's okay. I know that I do that stuff, too. So, like, I get it. And I was like, there's too much going on. Okay? These fucking cows. And it was the first day, like, it was 75 after it had been cold.
That's why.
And that was
it. It had a little pip in their step.
Yeah, and it was hot for me to be walking around after I'd been so used to it being cold. So I'm sweating for the first time this year. And I'm like, because I don't know if people have like actually tried to hike in muck boots that are 2 sizes bigger than you.
Muck boots weigh 20 pounds before you get them dirty.
Yeah, and then they were covered in cow shit and muck, and I could only buy them because when I went to go buy muck boots, when I think about them last year, they were like not in stock anywhere, and so I bought 2 sizes too big for me. I have men's like 8, and I have a men's 5, so almost 3 sizes too big for me.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot more walking, like a lot harder to walk than people think.
Yeah, you gotta keep your toes curled the whole time so you don't fall out of your boots.
Yeah, especially because some of the parts I had to go through were the muck.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. The daily struggles of Lacie. The world's smallest violin for my struggles. Alright, well I think we're going to end this here because Julie's jaw hurts. I'm about to fall asleep. She's about to fall asleep. It's 10 p.m. We're old. We gotta go. We
hope you enjoyed this
podcast.
not so thrown together podcast episode.
Yeah. Will we eventually get back to the studio? Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe it'll be a traveling podcast.
I'm telling you, CarCast should be a thing. CarCast should be a thing.
Yeah, just sound. And, like, we wouldn't be able to have the AC on, and neither one of us are bitches that can't have AC on. Because the day that it was 50, you had AC going in your husband's truck, and me and you both were like, thank God.
Armpits up.
So I don't know how that's going to work. Also, every time we are in your vehicle, we usually have the kid.
I'm sorry.
I love having her. I sit in the playpen with her for 3 hours. Like, I love that child.
You were in there for like 20 minutes.
Other times it's been 3 hours.
Collectively, over the past year, it's been about 3 hours.
But you know what I mean. So.
Well, thank you for joining us.
All our links are down below if you want to check us out. And we'll see you in the next one.
Or we won't.
Bye. Bye.